Beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome everyone, it's my daily vlog channel, Eric B's Daily Vlogs. And today, it's gonna be a fun day. Sun's out, it's not raining. Gonna take the dog out for a quick walk. But at the same time, gotta wait for the plumber. Sad trombone. Taking the dog for a walk. Gonna get some coffee. Different Starbucks. Going towards the Fillmore. Still here in the Western Addition. When I get there, something I want you guys to see. Kind of like a hidden secret that not a lot of people know about. And the dog's doing his business. Oh yes. For all you dog walkers, we know what that is. It's the kangaroo squat. And he's done. If you live out over here where we live, right on the sidewalk, you'll see a lot of broken glass. There's a lot of people whose cars are getting broken into over here because we have a lot of these in our neighborhood. Right over here. A lot of homeless people that live either in this general area or further down this way underneath the pedestrian bridge, and they do a lot of break-ins. And it's pretty sad that the city of San Francisco is not doing anything, because right across the street we have a park right over there, and then right over here we have a soccer field, and we have another park that they just built. So they have a lot of homeless people in this neighborhood that the city of San Francisco is not moving away, but there's a lot of kids that's always here. This is that pedestrian bridge I mentioned where homeless people lived. They used to have this area right here for themselves that they used to sleep in. Break into the fence, jump over the fence. They used to have all the little things. You can still see some remnants of homelessness here. Pretty sad. Alright, I am now crossing the street of Steiner and Geary. And this is the area that I wanted you guys to see. And for a lot of people who just moved to San Francisco, you probably don't even know that it was here. So let me tell you what it is. Alright, I'm standing over here, which is now known as the San Francisco Post Office. Right over here. This blue thing right here, San Francisco Post Office. It goes all the way from over here to right over here. I'm right here in the Fillmore district of San Francisco. But what a lot of people don't know, don't remember, that this building right here, Jim Jones's temple, used to be right in this area right here, where we are right now. In the early 70s, Jim Jones took his followers and moved to Guyana because they thought that the government was being a threat to them. So he took his followers, left the People's Temple that used to be over here, moved to Guyana and started his own little cult worship over there. And November 17th, 1978, the government started getting a little suspicious. So they started doing this investigation. Congressman Leo Ryan took a visit out there to see what was going on. But what he found out was there was a lot of people who wanted to leave and who was not happy with the conditions that was going on in Guyana. So in an attempt to leave, Congressman Leo Ryan was trying to take some people with him so they could be a witness to come back to the United States to tell them what's going on in Guyana. But Jim Jones and his men decided they wanted to shoot everybody instead, so they never got to leave Guyana. So this right here, this is the site right here of the People's Temple. San Francisco's old People's Temple. So in the mid-70s, they left this area, moved to the Guyana. The temple stood here till about the mid-80s, where a Korean temple took over. And unfortunately, that Korean temple burnt down. This lot where we are right now stood empty till about 1996, 1997, where they erected the U.S. Post Office. So this area right here used to be Jim Jones's People's Temple back in the 70s, in the early 70s, till he decided to move to Guyana. On November 18th, 1978, Jim Jones did a mass suicide in Guyana where more than 900 people decided to take cyanide and kill themselves because Jim Jones told them that if they didn't do it, the government was going to do it for them. So a little sad history. So if you grew up in this area, the Western Addition, you knew people that perished in the Jim Jones Temple, you might know someone who was actually part of that mass suicide. Pretty sad, but it is a San Francisco history. Again, right here, the U.S. Post Office used to be the Jim Jones Temple. I am at the corner of Willard North and Fulton. And right behind me over here is the famous Jefferson Airplane house. Back in the 60s, this house right here, 2400 Fulton, is where Grace Slick from Jefferson Airplane lived. Haight Street is just right over there, so it's not that far. And they did a lot of music when it came to the Vietnam War, protesting the Vietnam War. That song, White Rabbit. They also did Somebody to Love. House goes all the way back. House is pretty big. It goes around North Willard as well. Famous house here in San Francisco, not a lot of people knows that it's here. Was built in the 1800s. You can see the pillars right here. Looks like an old White House type house. Grace Slick protested the 60s, protested the war on Vietnam. Definitely didn't like the war, so they did a lot of music about that. If you watch any movies that had anything to do with Vietnam, you'll hear a lot of Jefferson Airplane songs on there. And if you can see, the house goes all the way down to the mid-block right over here. Now, Grace Slick ended up leaving Jefferson Airplane, ended up changing the name, started another group called Jefferson Starship, which they did a bunch of different songs then. And then later on, dropped the Jefferson part of it and just kept Starship. And that's when they did songs, We Built This City, that Mannequin song. Everyone in the 80s who watched the movie Mannequin knows that song I'm talking about. But yes, this is the famous house of Jefferson Airplane. Yeah, Jack Cassidy, Grace Slick, Martin Ballard, Jorma Kaukonen, if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry, Paul Katner, and Spencer Dryden all lived in this house back in 1965. Colonial style house. Again, nice little area right here. A lot of people in San Francisco who lives in San Francisco or from San Francisco don't even realize this house is here. Like I said, it's a nice house, big bedroom house, right in the heart of San Francisco, right by Haight Street. So when they were making their music, they were right here in the house making their music. They'd walk over that direction to Haight Street and do whatever they had to do. But yes, right here, it's the famous house of the Jefferson Airplane. Again, corner of North Willard and Fulton. And I highly advise not to go bother the residents that lives here right now, because I'm pretty sure that any of the members of Jefferson Airplane does not live in this area anymore. So do not bother them. They used to live here, they don't anymore. Visiting my uncle. His remains was brought over from the Philippines. He died in the Philippines. Right over here. All right, here at Holy Cross, paying our respects to Vita's dad. Out over there, we're hearing gunshots. Not sure if it's gunshots or they're doing something. Doesn't see, you can hear it. Looks like the zombie apocalypse is starting. Last time we were here, I was talking about this tree right here and how scary it is. Whenever it's windy and crazy, that tree just goes all over the place. We came here one time when it was kind of almost dusk, and it always looks like there's someone standing right behind this tree. Kind of creepy. We don't want to come here at night. Time to meet the parentals for lunch. As we leave the cemetery, we're heading out to Red Robin's. And I'm leaving these scary headstones behind too. Kind of scary. Lunchtime at Red Robin's. I'm gonna get my favorite Bunzai burger here. If you haven't had a Bunzai burger at Red Robin's, you definitely gotta try it. What's on the menu? What am I gonna order? No appetizers. No appetizers.
Oh, tortilla. Chili. Na naman.
Soup and salad combo. Chinese.
So that's a bonsai burger right there. You got the burger, teriyaki sauce, cheese, and some pineapples with a side of fries. Have the parentals enjoying lunch. Mom smacking on some fries right there. Dad checking his sports scores. Over here at the Red Robin's in San Bruno, they have a Chuck E. Cheese right over there. It's a little scary if you go there. Sometimes it can get a little crazy too. Chuck E. Cheese right over there in San Bruno. And we just found family here while eating. Auntie Lynette right there. We got Matthew right here. Auntie Lynette, Matthew. Matthew just played some basketball. They lost, but that's okay. That's not what matters, right?
Yep.
It's all right. It's all right. That's all right. All right. Lunch at Red Robin's with the parentals is over. Had my Bunzai burger. It's really good. We're in the city of San Bruno, California. South of San Francisco. Nice, bright, sunny day here. Gonna go check out Costco. You guys have a good rest of the day. I'll check back with you guys tomorrow. Vlog is ended. Go in peace.